Hi everyone, and welcome to Noona's Noonchi, where I do a deep dive into some of our favorite K-dramas from a mental health perspective. Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha. Yeah, I had to talk about it because I am a huge Kim Sun-ho fan and absolutely love Shin Mina. But I really wanted to do a deep dive on this because it's been heavy the past couple weeks talking about suicide, but I wanted to shed light on that. And I watched Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha, of course I was going to relieve some of that stress and burden I felt as I was deep diving into suicide. And it brought me exactly what I believe a K-drama should. Comfort. Comfort, that feeling of safe haven, and the name is Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha. Hometown, you guys. So watching it makes me feel like I am home. And that was the whole point of it. In fact, that's what the actors have shared in their interviews. Of course, I'm watching the interviews, that they felt like you're on this vacation spot or getaway, like Jeju-do, and they felt like coming back home was difficult. I thought that was interesting. Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha, let's do a deep dive. It is currently playing. As of today, it's through episode 8. So there may be some spoilers here. Sorry, but I'll try to do my best. There was one particular thing, by the way, there's many things going on in that drama. It's fun and light and comforting about neighborhood community, romance, probably a love triangle, yes, all the tropes, y'all, but there's depth. There's stories behind the character, particularly Chief Hong Bajang, that we don't really know what's going on there yet. There are hints to it based on books like Walden and Leo Tolstoy's book, What Men Live By. I thought that was interesting. If you read those, there's a connection there. And then Shin Mina, who you can see already dealing with grief surrounding her mother's death when she was a child. So on that note, in episode 3, she has a heated conversation with Chief Hong. Hong Du-shik, yes, don't you love him? Her character's somewhat prickly, not so warm, but wow, I'm going to say a heart of gold behind that because you've seen some of the actions she's done. I'll try not to spoil it. But in this particular scene, she's a dentist, and his favorite harmony, or one of the grandmas of the village, needs to get dental work done, implants, because she's been in pain, which she's ignored for a long time. Reasons being what we're assumed that Hong Du-shik basically alludes to is to save money, not burden her son, who's not in that village, and basically not taking care of herself. And the dentist shares her frustration because he's like, hey, can't you help her? And she's like, no, I'm not going to go along with pretending to help her or being secretive about it. And he got frustrated going, I'm trying to help her. She needs your help. She doesn't have the money. And it's not like, Shin Mina's character was being cold and callous about the money. No. She says something very interesting, and I'm going to bring it up now. She asks Hong Du-shik, do you know what it means to be a good parent? And he's like a little bit taken aback. And she says it with anger, frustration, honestly, grief in that. She says it's to take care of yourself as a parent, to be healthy for a long time, not to be enduring the pain to save money for the sake of children, but to take care of yourself and live a healthy, long life. That's what she said. And he's taken back and silent. And then she walks away. You know why I really like that? Because in the day and age of COVID, I've seen a lot of angst in families where the sandwich generation, mid 40s and 50s, trying to take care of aging parents. The aging parents are more like, don't worry about me, I'm fine. I don't care about myself. It's okay, my health, enduring things, not even sharing with their kids some of their diagnoses, like cancer, where people kept it hidden. And I've heard multiple cases of people like my age finding out their parents having cancer and then finding out too late. Well, too late's probably not the right word, but basically having only 2 weeks left with them, and then their parent dies because their parent did not share with them how sick they've been, enduring it. Now listen, I get that as a parent, right? You want to hold things in. You don't want to worry your kids. But what ends up happening is the aftermath of so much. Think systemically. When you hold back that pain, in the end, and then not taking care of yourself to the detriment of your own health, and later on the ramifications of a family system and what it does, perhaps if it results in your death or a parent's death because they didn't choose to take care of themselves to endure it. That's what Hye-jin is getting at, saying, If she's not willing to take care of herself, why am I going to feed into that? Why am I going to try to help her with that? Because the scene before that was the grandmother was like, well, no, don't worry about me. I don't want to do this. I don't want to deal with it. And it was a non-compliant patient, hard to watch when you're a physician or a dentist like Hye-jin, right? And she was like, no, fine. I cannot help you. I was a little taken back too, but then once I heard her say that, saying a parent's job is to take care of themselves, to stay healthy for their children. I thought that was interesting too, because we don't think of it that way. The parent always, especially culturally speaking, take care of their kids. Don't worry about me. Oh no. And then meanwhile, the kids are seeing their parents declining, back problems, whatever it is. You know I'm talking about, aging parents having these issues and not telling their kids. The generation now, second generation Asians, Asian Americans and Americans are doing things very differently. They are more open about what they're struggling with, because the whole point is to support one another. There's a whole point of the family, right? And that community village, they all lean on each other. And I will agree, the next scene, Hong Do-sik actually tells this grandmother, hey, someone told me that, you know what a parent should do is to take care of themselves, and that's really good for their kids, to be taking care of themselves. And you saw the halmoni, the grandmother's face, like, she was basically affected by that. And sure, her son didn't have the best reaction. Okay, so those are the things we see, but that's how a family dynamic works. There's dimensions, right? But I wanted to focus on what, if you're a parent, an aging parent, an older parent, or if you're a sandwich generation parent taking care of aging kids and you have younger kids, how can you build up the family system together through that support? You get closer, you build your resilience together through difficulty. When you're in pain, yeah, you don't want to burden your kids and show them you're in pain, but there's ways to express it without burdening your kids, right? And it's so interesting because this is the opposite of filial piety. But I think what's so important is the devastation of that child, if you're an adult child, what it's like when you hear about the diagnosis later, and the would have, could have, should have done this if I had known about it, and then having that short period of time with your parent if they're dying from a diagnosis that you didn't know about. Trust me, this has happened, this does happen, and it's happened near and dear to family members, and it is devastating. Grief is difficult because there's no timeline to grief, and she's an adult now, and her mom died when she was little, but perhaps that's what happened. She saw her mom sick. Kids are smarter than you think. Little kids, adult kids, so they see it, parents. So even when you hide it from them, it's there. You're in the same family. You're one emotional unit affecting the other. I thought this was a progressive statement. Parents, staying healthy for your kids is the best thing you can do. So there's not worry and there's not more angst needed. Take care of yourself. And guess what? Someone said that to me too, because I wasn't taking care of myself, but it wasn't necessarily to not burden my kids. I'll be honest with you, just busy with work. And I let my health slide. And then I am faced with a medical challenge, as you know. So I don't have regrets because that's part of what has happened, but I want folks not to regret. Parents, take care of yourself for the sake of your kids. And sandwich generation parents, if you can remind your aging parents to take care of themselves also, because it helps you. That is not selfish. So it's not about, I don't want to worry about you, so take care of yourself, but taking care of yourself so you can live happy, healthy, enjoy the food you can eat, like ojingo, squid, octopus, which this grandmother loved but could not enjoy for years because of the tooth pain. That's preventable. There are things in life that are preventable, like suicide, certain health challenges that you can definitely take care of and be in control of. Sure, there's things that we cannot control, but the things you can control, please do. And that is what Yoon Hye-jin, Shin Mina's character, was getting at. Parents, stay healthy for your kids. That's the best thing you can do so you can enjoy this long life with your kids, grandkids, community, enjoy the food you want to eat. Why not? Your life isn't over because of a certain age, right? That said, I hope you can see and enjoy that deep dive into Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha. That is just the beginning, y'all. Thanks for watching Noona's Noonchi. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button so you can get notified of new episodes to come. Cha-cha-cha, y'all.